Welcome, dear friends, to our time of devotional reflection for Thursday, April the 27th, 2023. I'm Brian J. Munro, pastor of Kitimat First Baptist Church in beautiful Kitimat, British Columbia. This year, for our devotional time, we are following John MacArthur's devotional book, Drawing Near, Daily Readings for a Deeper Faith. Today's entry is entitled, Are You Avoiding Persecution? We read from the scriptures from the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 5, verse 10. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Our main thought for today is if you don't experience persecution, people probably don't know you're a Christian. Pastor MacArthur writes, I heard of a man who was fearful because he was starting a new job with a group of unbelievers whom he thought might give him a bad time if they found out he was a Christian. After his first day at work, his wife asked him how he got along with them. We got along just fine, he said. They never found out I'm a Christian. Silence is one way to avoid persecution. Some other ways are to approve of the world's standards, laugh at its jokes, enjoy its entertainment, and smile when it mocks God. If you never confront sin or tell people that Jesus is the only way to heaven, or if your behavior is so worldly no one can distinguish you from unbelievers, you will probably be accepted and won't feel the heat of persecution. But beware. For Jesus said, Woe to you when all men speak well of you. Whoever is ashamed of me and my words, of him will the Son of Man be ashamed when he comes in his glory. That's from the Gospel according to Luke, chapter 6, verse 26, and chapter 9, verse 26. The last thing anyone should want is for Christ to pronounce a curse on them or to be ashamed of them. That's an enormous price to pay for popularity. If you take a stand for Christ and manifest attitudes, you will be in direct opposition to Satan and the evil world system. And eventually you will experience some form of persecution. That has been true from the very beginning of human history, when Abel was murdered by his brother Cain because Cain couldn't tolerate Abel's righteousness. You should never fear persecution. God will grant you grace and will never test you beyond what he enables you to endure. He promises that in the first letter to the Corinthians from Paul, chapter 10, verse 13. Nor should you ever compromise biblical truth in order to avoid persecution. In Philippians chapter 1, verse 19, Paul says, persecution is as much a gift of God as salvation itself. Both identify you as a true believer. Dear friends, I thank you for taking a few moments to listen to this devotional idea from Pastor MacArthur, allowing me to read it to you. And I have recorded his suggestions for prayer and for further study in the description portion of this video. And I strongly urge you to take time to do as he suggests in those passages, as that will deepen your faith and your understanding of these things. And until we can be together again, and I pray that will be tomorrow, to hear another devotional truth, I pray that the shalom of God will go with you, that the peace of the Lord be with you.